Hi friends, today I've planned to do something like a Lippan art and I would not be using any clay here to do this artwork. But yes, I'll definitely be using mirrors to give that amazing look. Now I've drawn the mandala here with the help of stencils. Yes, you got that right. Let's see how I made it. But before that, welcome back to my channel. Now, drawing the mandala is a very tricky thing and it needs a lot of training and experience. It is not something that you can do it, you can master the art in just a single day. But this is something that I'm doing it for the first time, and I can tell you honestly that I nailed it. I have created a base here by painting it in a coat of gesso. Now I use these compass to actually draw the circles after finding the center of this MDF. Now each circle is drawn twice, if you can see here, is leaving some space for us to do our artwork. And then I cut these stencils. Now this took a lot of time because, as I said, the technique to do a Lipan art is very different. You have to draw lines and then you have to mark these kind of petals all around. But I have done this with the help of stencils. This is definitely not the original way of doing the mandala art. Maybe sometime in the future when I do it, I'll definitely share with you all. But this time I tried to do something different, something innovative, and I tried making this entire Lipan art with a twist, in a different way. And that's why the first twist here is what you're seeing. I'm using stencils to do this artwork. I made this artwork basically to elevate a certain corner in my home and not to put it on the wall. So it's a little twist again. Most of them buy mandala art to actually have it on the wall, but here I'm not using it on the wall, and as a background at one of the corners in my home, which you shall see towards the end of the video. Now here I will be using these chalk paints which I bought from Itsy Bitsy. Now the two shades that I'm using here are very subtle, they are very light shade, and there is a reason why I'm using very light shades here. As I told you, I'm doing it to elevate a certain corner in my home, and that corner I don't want it to be too bright, so I'm using very subtle color here. I'll mention all the colors that I've used here on the screen, but yes, you can change as per your choice. I'm painting here all the empty space other than the petals in this light brown shade. Let's quickly do this. Let's quickly draw these petals in this shade of pink. At once I thought the white color itself was looking so good, but then my plans were already, like, I had decided what I wanted, so I did not change my plan. But yes, some of you who think that drawing petals like this with stencils is a difficult task, let me tell you, I finished this whole thing in just 40 minutes. Initially, you might find it a little difficult till you finish the first circle of petals, but then, it'll become very easy for you to do it. Now, so far, you've all seen just one twist in this entire artwork, that is the use of stencils instead of the original way of doing a mandala. But now I'll show you the second twist in this artwork. I'll be using these cones. These are ceramic cones basically, which I bought from Itsy Bitsy, and I'm using the shade black here, and I decided to add some patterns, some abstract patterns inside these petals, which you normally don't get to see in these kind of mandala Lipan art. If you do not have these kind of cones, you can also use the 3D outliners. It was all going on so well that I thought it would not create any problem to me at all. because the flow was so good from this cone. But suddenly, it so happened that I found, a plastic kind of a couple of material, small, bits of pieces of plastic which was there inside this, which, kind of came as an abstraction to me while doing these borders. And so I decided, the remaining artwork I'll use, a permanent marker. And I had only one permanent marker, which I've already shared the details about it in my previous video on the magnets that I made. So I had that only pen with me, so I used that to create all the remaining patterns inside this pink petals that you see here. Do you see that material there? So somehow I finished it, but then I decided to use the pens. Now you can draw these patterns with the help of 3D outliners as well, but I'm using these Sharpie pens here, and it works good on a painted MDF, will not work so good on a clay work. Okay, now here the patterns that I'm creating are very abstract, and there are no set rules. It has to be done a certain way. You can add anything, you can draw as per your choice and your imagination. So let's quickly do this part. Once all this is done, now to do the clay work. Oops, no clay, right? I'll be using these macrame ropes instead. In fact, this gives in the same effect that you shall be getting when you use the clay. Now here, I had asked you initially while drawing the mandala that you had to draw the circle twice, each circle twice, just leaving a little gap between, and the gap was because of this particular macrame rope that had to fit in there. So the thickness or the width that you leave while drawing the circle has to be exactly the thickness of the macrame rope that you would be using. Otherwise, your artwork will go for a toss and will not come out well. So have that on mind. But I'll tell you, for all those who are allergic to clay work or clay, the use of clay, can use this trick and it really will look good. The outcome of this you'll anyway see towards the end of the video. Just keep watching. The point where you join the two macrame ropes, you need to make that look very neat and clean. Otherwise, again, your artwork will not have a good finish. Now let's complete the entire disc by using these macrame ropes. Let's quickly do this again. If you do not have macrame ropes, you can use jute ropes or anything else that you want to. Now once this is done, time to color this. Now I am using white color to paint this whole macrame ropes here. Now while painting this, there would definitely be a certain amount of spillage here and there which you need to rectify before you let it dry. And once it dries up, look how beautiful it is looking. Now to elevate the look of this, I am using the mirrors like how they use it in the Lippan art. So here I'm using different shapes and sizes of mirrors here to highlight these petals basically, in which I've added some abstract painting. So time to paste all the mirrors. You need to plan this out before you start pasting it, because then you won't be able to remove the mirrors. Now the third twist that I added here, that is use of macrame rope. I'm sure some of you who are watching this, who might have done a Lippan art before, I don't think you can really make out the difference, right? It just looks like this is made out of clay. Isn't that a wonderful thing? Guys, if you people have still not subscribed to my channel, I request you all to please subscribe to my channel and encourage my innovative work and it really gives in a lot of motivation for any artist. So I'm one of them, just like you people are, or even the art enthusiast watching this video of mine. It would be very nice and kind of you if you can support me by just subscribing to my channel and hitting the bell icon to get all the notifications whenever I upload my videos. Now here, after all the mirror work is done, I'm using these dot art tool to just highlight a few elements across the brown shaded area on this mandala. Now this is the fourth twist that I'm adding in here, which you normally don't get to see in the Lippan art. Friends, if you find this an innovative way of doing a Lippan art, and if you've not seen something like this before, then do let me know by leaving in your thoughts in the comment section below. Even if you have not liked the video or if you want to say anything at all, you can feel free to leave your thoughts there. Okay, now I've finished with the artwork. Now time to highlight this particular corner. Wow, now this is looking so beautiful. And when I add this as a background for this Buddha, my god, it really is looking very nice, subtle, but still very good. Very beautiful. I'm highly satisfied with this outcome. I added a few more elements just to highlight that corner further, and this is how it is looking. Friends, if you've all liked this video, don't forget to like, share, and please do subscribe to my channel, requesting you all once again. Thank you so much for watching. See you all soon in my next video. Till then, take care and bye-bye.